Hello, welcome back, Pokemon. Hey, what's up? Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm up super early this morning and I hate it. I hate every minute of it. I think we spoke to everybody in this building. So, I just found out that the release date for Pokemon Legends ZA is going to be October. I wrote it down. Hang on, where did it go? October 16th of this year, of 2025. I'm going to try and pick up the Switch 2 edition so it looks... I just don't... I'm not a morning person. I prefer nights. I mean, mornings are nice if your life has purpose and meaning, but you don't really have anything going on. Mornings don't really hold any weight. A battle royale. I mean, it'll still be a Pokemon game. Regardless. I think if it's... I think that if there are battle royale elements, they'll be in the background. I don't think it'll be at the forefront, you know? I don't think you have anything to worry about in that regard. The Wandering Stone Collector. Ooh. The Intriguing Stone. The stone is quite intriguing. Face is all red this morning. Oh, and breaking out. I need to put something on it. When you know you've had too much caffeine. I really have been throwing the caffeine back lately. Let's see, what is this? Max Ether. The water is really pretty in this game. Ooh, look at the cool statue of Mega Lucario. Are those his eyebrows? Wow. Oh, I said if it's going to be a battle royale, I think that element will be in the background. And if it's some... Either way, I don't think it'll be too big of an issue. It'll be fine. I'm not too worried about it. Were you the one that found the intriguing stone? No, it was given to me. Good morning. I'm pretty happy that we have a release date for it now. It's going to help me fill in the missing spots on my living decks as well. The gang's all here. Oh, that's his granddaughter. All right, let's learn about Mega Evolution. A Mega Evolution is an evolution that transcends all other evolution. It's a transformation. I thought he was going to say transformative state. It's a transformation of Pokemon that were thought to be unable to evolve any further. It's a whole new level of power. So, an evolutionary line like Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, does that mean Charizard will be able to evolve even further? Kinda. It's temporary. Of course, he's telling everybody stuff we already know. You need the Mega Stone. You need to have a pretty good bond with your Pokemon, I guess. I guess they kind of cut that out, though, over time. That was never really an element in game. It was not a game mechanic. It was more of a story mechanic. Yeah, the Mega Evolution stuff got dropped quick. They brought in Z moves for Sun and Moon, and then that got dropped quick in exchange for Dynamax and Gigantamax for Sword and Shield. That is something that I have complained about. I have said that we don't need a gimmick every time, you know? We don't need a new thing every time they make a Pokemon game. So we're gonna battle Serena here to see who gets. I know, but it's the gimmicks get dropped though. That's the thing. Like they drop. We've not heard a peep out of Z moves ever since they were introduced. You know what I mean? Damn it. Of course she has fairy type Pokemon. Bum, bum, bum. I honestly didn't care for the Z move stuff all that much. I thought Mega Evolution was neat. I guess the Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing was okay. Z moves were kind of my least favorite out of the three. Not that they were bad. I didn't hate them. I just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being an old fuddy-duddy. I guess it's fine. I guess at the end of the day, they do need to keep it fresh somehow, don't they? Level 30. Ooh, Dragon Tail. What can we get rid of for Dragonfell? Meow. Never play Sun and Moon. They're decent. They're okay. They give a lot of the more recent Pokemon games crap, but they're not as bad as I make them out to be. And there goes Hone Edge. Who should we use? See, my problem is that years ago, many years ago, I went down this path in my own personal life of negativity, cynicism, and nihilism, and it's taken almost 20 years at this point to kind of recover from it, you know, and bounce back. In the absence of a mod, let's see. I would say play. Oh, Mario Wonder is going to be better than Pokemon Sword, but it's going to be shorter than Pokemon Sword. So, do you want to go for quality, which is the Mario game, or do you want to go for length, which would be the Pokemon game? Yeah, but that's a lot of work. Like, I don't have Twitch pulled up to where I can... That's why I said it as a mod poll, because if I try to open my web browser right now, it's going to cause the emulator to tank. But I don't have enough followers for them, you know, I don't have people here to set up. It's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. Yeah, see, you have to bear in mind, I'm not a Twitch streamer in the same vein as all the other Twitch streamers that you're used to seeing. And I don't mean that to sound as condescending or as pretentious as it sounds. Oh, I'm quirky. No, I only have the one monitor. I don't have the dual monitor setup, and when I'm watching chat, I'm watching it on my phone, you know. So if I open a web browser, it's going to cause the emulator to go haywire. But you've been playing both. Well, if you can play both, my recommendation would be to play both. Mario Wonder it's a 10 out of 10. You know, you can't go wrong playing Mario Wonder. I've kind of been itching to play through it again myself. Like, not on stream or anything, just for fun. I might do that. That might be a fun thing to do. Lately, I've just been so enamored with Minecraft, you know. It's all I've been playing, honestly. That's a tall order. Especially with Pokemon Sword. Like, if you don't have help, somebody to trade with for the version exclusives, you're kind of screwed. No, she lost. Ooh, it's gym time. I think today we're gonna get ourselves a gym badge. Your birthday's in 5 days. Well, happy early birthday. Or early happy birthday. Mine's all the way in September. At least you don't have a December birthday. I always feel bad for people who have like Christmas adjacent birthdays. Ugh. Tyler has an adjacent. His is Tyler's birthday is December 29th. So he kind of got robbed as a kid. Let me go back and heal. As soon as I find, there it is. Be able to get your learner's permit. Oh, driving is fun. There's a certain freedom that comes with being able to hit the open road and just go. When I first got my driver's license, I drove all the time. I was behind the wheel every day, just eating it up with a spoon. And it's all fine and dandy until it does kind of get annoying when you're an adult. I still enjoy driving for the most part, but there are some days, like if you're stressed, you're overworked, you're running around, you're out of time, and you've got to go to 18 different places and make 20 different stops. It can be a little stressful, but that, honestly, unless you have like 8 kids and 1,000 different like hobbies, after work hobbies or whatever, you should be fine. Most people just take on more than they can handle. But being behind the wheel of a vehicle is still one of my favorite like activities. It's great. I will say this, if nobody ever imparts this to you or tells you this, no matter how well you drive and no matter how much you study your learner's permit book, every person on the road is out to murder you. Sedans make really good first cars, honestly. My first vehicle was a truck, and I had to take all my parents had at the time. Well, I think my dad had a truck, but my mom had a minivan, and I had to take my driving tests in a minivan. I failed the first time because I couldn't parallel park that sucker. Oh no, it wasn't parallel parking. I remember what it was. It was the 3-point turn. They took me down a very narrow road in the city I live where the shoulder drop off was insane. And I was supposed to pull and make that 3-point turn, but I ended up backing up, going forward like 20 times just to turn around. They did that shit on purpose. What of a bitch. Tyrant wasn't the best option for this gym, but you know who is? Legender. I will say the real danger with driving is that over time, over the years, it becomes second nature, like breathing. You don't really think about it. when you come to a red light or stop sign, or you flick the turn signal on to make a turn, your brain is operating on autopilot. You don't really think about it most of the time. And that can be really dangerous too. Because like I said, it's not usually you that fucks up on the road. It's usually everybody else. Drunk driving, ran that stop sign, on their phone, on their phone, on their phone, on their phone, on their phone. Everybody's constantly on their cell phone while driving. It's insane. Well, I mean, people in larger cities parallel park a lot. In rural areas, you might not see parallel parking quite so much, but in larger cities and whatnot, yeah, they still do parallel park quite a bit. And trust me, it is something you're definitely going to have to do, and you're going to need. It's not really that hard, honestly. It's about realizing, it's about like getting a mental image of how big your vehicle is. You know, as long as you remember the size of what you're driving, you'll be fine. I think that's one of the mistakes a lot of people make, is they underestimate how big or how small their vehicle is when they're trying to parallel park. But where I live, you're right, I don't have the opportunity or the necessity to parallel park ever. It's been years since I've had to parallel park, so, but they're gonna make you learn it, you know, to pass the test. But yeah, as long as you remember everybody on the road is distracted or drunk at all times, you'll be fine. When you come to a red light, always hesitate. Like if you're driving and you see the light is green, don't just assume that you're good to go, because some asshole is about to run that red light. Hesitating at a red light or a stop sign is always going to save your life too. Just take that 1/10 of a second before you hit the gas, because you'll be surprised how many people you see come barreling through a red light or a stop sign. I saw it just a few days ago. I had an asshole pull out in front of me because they didn't stop for the stop sign. I didn't have to brake super hard because it was in like a slow zone. Like the speed limit on the street I was on was really slow. But if that had been out on the open highway, I'd have plowed right into him. But driving is pretty fun. I know there's some people, like there's a streamer I watch on Twitch. She doesn't have her license. She's like 27 years old, and she says that her anxiety on the road is just so severe that she could never really, you know, visualize herself driving. So she never bothered. She just Ubers everywhere she goes, and I get that, but honestly, it's not hard. Yeah. Well, honestly, in bigger cities like New York, most people don't have a driver's license, believe it or not. I mean, she's Canadian, so it might be a whole different ball game where she lives, but there are, believe it or not, people who, like, if you live in New York City, New York, you can go your whole life without owning a car or getting a driver's license, and it's wild. Yeah, it is expensive, but she also makes Twitch money, so it's not hurting us. It's not hurting her wallet. She just bought a brand new house. Well, you know, oh, Thomas, in the Discord, Gray, my buddy Thomas, he never bothered to get his driver's license. He either Ubers or bums rides off of everybody. He doesn't drive either. Some people just don't, you know? But like I said, eventually, almost overnight, driving becomes second nature. Your subconscious does most of the work. It's like riding a bike. When you're riding a bike, you're not thinking the entire time about keeping your balance and not falling over. It's just something your body takes over and does naturally. Once you learn to ride the bike, you don't have to think about it anymore. It's pretty much the same for driving a car. Are you shushing me? No, Thomas don't care that I tell everybody that. He tells everybody knows that, and he tells people himself. So I'm not telling secrets. I wouldn't do that. I'm not a monster. To use fire or to use flying? Oh yeah, I'm sure. You haven't learned to drive cars either. It's just pretty simple. It's not a big deal. I mean, hell, I'll be honest with you. I never learned how to drive stick shift. So I can only drive if I'm in an automatic vehicle. Granted, it's not that hard to learn. You just got to kind of learn the whole clutch system of when to press the clutch and when to release and all that. I never learned that. But I'm pretty sure I could Google it in 5 seconds, figure it out. But, you know, automatic cars kind of became the majority of vehicles on the road by the time I was old enough to learn how to drive. And it's funny because the reason that I got my driver's license in the first place was so that I could drive myself back and forth to work every day. So I got my first job and my driver's license at the same time. I remember for the first, I don't remember how long it took. I remember the first few days or the first few weeks, my mom drove me to work every day, but I did end up getting my driver's license so I could drive myself back and forth every day. It was very nice. It's very liberating. Like, it's a very powerful thing to just know that at any time, day or night, you can just get up, grab your keys, get in the car, and just go. There is some real liberating power behind that, you know. It's fantastic. Granted, you need somewhere to go. That's my issue. I don't have anywhere to go. I usually just ride around and play Pokemon Go when I do leave the house. Of course, there's something to be said about just driving for fun too. Just drive out in the country, take in all the nature. I do that from time to time. It's nice. Let's see, let's show them our Pancham. Pancham, the Pamster. I installed all 3 Monster Hunters to my computer earlier. World, Rise, and Wilds. I also need to get back to Luigi Superstar Saga. We started that game and just abandoned the hell out of it. And Majora's Mask. I'm a terrible streamer. Oh, you gotta do that. Getting the boys together and hitting the open road it's almost a rite of passage here in the United States. You gotta do it. You gotta. I remember we took a road trip, me and Tyler and Thomas and a few of our other friends at the time. we went to how would you call it? Not an anime convention, not a gaming convention, but like a nerd convention, you know? They were, you know, it's one of those conventions where everybody's walking around in the convention center and you got people in cosplay outfits. You have different booths where you can meet voice actors, and they were having a Smash Brothers Brawl tournament and Pokemon tournaments for both the trading card game and the video game at the same time. Just a convention. I don't know what you would call that. But it was on the other side of the state. So we'd have to drive like an hour or so to get there. I drove, and right before we got there, the vehicle broke down on the interstate. The water pump in my truck went out. So here we are, stranded, hours away from home, on the side of the road, with cars whipping past us at 70 miles per hour. It was also summer, so it was like 90 something degrees and blisteringly bright and hot outside. Thankfully, Tyler's sister lived near there, so he called her up. She came and got us. We had my truck towed to her house instead of having it towed all the way back across the state. From there, my dad and my uncle brought a trailer. They trucked it all the way over to that side of the state, and we loaded my truck up onto the trailer and we brought it home, so we didn't have to pay to tow the thing all the way home. But we went. His sister took us to the convention, dropped us off. We walked around all day, watched some people play Smash Brothers. Looked at all the various vendors and stuff they had for sale. And I don't think we didn't listen to any of the people speak that were there. I think you had to pay extra to hear the voice actors for the anime and the video game speak. But I remember my feet were killing me. I was tired. My back hurt. Oh, we walked the entire day. And then at the end of the day, his sister kind of gave us a ride home, but it was a hell of an adventure. You know? But you never can predict when a car is just going to randomly break down for no particular reason, especially like a fuel pump. It just goes out. There's nothing that alerts you on your dash. There's no noise that you can hear and be like, yep, that's what it is. It's the fuel pump. Alternators are also really bad about going out constantly. My entire life, I think I've heard my dad and my uncles talk about alternators more than any other car part. Legender. Talon Flame. Look at me go with my bad self. We now have a fully evolved Pokemon on our team, and not a moment too soon because there's a lot of fighting types in this gym, so I'm just gonna use my bike. I bought my bike. Yeah. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride. It's funny that this gym is just in a building. Just a regular smegular old building, but when you get inside, it's all fancy like this. But we battle. Okay, I guess we did. Have we battled everyone? Come here, you stupid kid. All right, screw him. I can't. I think that's all of them. Cha-cha! Sha-sha-sha-sha! Leg up in the air. Thank leg. Meanful. Not fake out. Let's do a little playing around with Dragon Tail. Yeah, force you out. Alucha! This is gonna hurt. Uh-oh. Macho! Hey there, buddy. Look at you being all tough. I gotta find the move deleter and get rid of strength. We'll have to put it on somebody else. I need that move slot for something else. I really do. I honestly thought that Tyrant would have fainted by now, but he's holding up. He's gonna burn through our potions now. How's that Rocky helmet working out? There's the hyper potion. Chompies. Oh, that didn't do a lot. I should have stuck with the Dragon Tail. Yeah, because see, he's getting an attack boost every time he punches me. Can't have that now. Get out of here. You really love that move, don't you? Oh, 1 HP left. Let's see what we can do about that. I'm going to be kind of really proud of Tyrant here. If it can carry this entire gym battle by itself, being weak to the type of this gym on top of it too. We'll get slapped. I love the Rocky helmet. Since you're gonna faint by touching me, I'm gonna go ahead and heal up. Bye-bye. I can't believe I carried this entire thing. Hot damn. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Now we have to climb the tower. I don't remember battling trainers on the way up the tower, though. I think we just go to the top. I could be wrong. It's been so long that I don't remember. I do want to heal first. I also want to know where the move deleter is. Where's the move deleter in Pokemon X? Text to speech or speech to text just hears what it wants to. Deleter. What? Where the hell is that? Oh, that's bullshit. Wow. Oh, that's the town it's in. Dindamile? It's supposed to be pronounced. Red goo. Bullshit. That's bull. Yes, I'm aware of that. That was really worth. That was worth stopping me and talking to me. That also was really worth stopping me and talking to me. Gherkin? You're joking. Ooh. I'll take it. Today we reached our 1000th post in Pokemon of the Day in the Discord. Quite a cause for celebration. And naturally, we chose Gimmighoul's evolution. I forgot what it's called. Golden something or another. Golden Bra. I don't remember the name of it. Yeah, it's been like 2 or 3 years of posting daily, and I've managed not to miss a day. Because of the way we did it, though, we're still nowhere near the end. Because there's all the regional variants, the Mega Evolutions, the Gigantamax and Dynamax. Each one of all of those variants took up a slot. So there's still a ton left. Check it out! We got our Mega Ring. But yeah, we now know the release date for Pokemon Legends ZA, plus the box art is available. I saw all that on the, I started to say Threads, on Blue Sky. I deleted Threads ages ago. What will I do when I finish them all? I've wondered that. I don't really know. I'll come up with something. Now this is where the game kind of forces you to put Lucario into your party, whether you like it or not, if I'm remembering correctly. So we'll have to do this section, use the Lucario, then go put it in the box and get our Pokemon back out. No, I ain't doing Digimon of the Day. I don't know anything about Digimon. I might do... I don't know. I'll figure it out. Let's go, Lucario. You son of a bitch. Well, that was over before it started. That took 2 seconds. What an explosive battle, I guess. I mean... Robocaller. I love the fact that I have decline, answer, and screen call. I love the screen call button. Let's see what the robocaller wants. Oh, it's Spectrum whining about us not paying the bill. Well, if you didn't ask for us to pay a month in advance, then we wouldn't have a problem. You'll get paid when we get paid. I need to call them and see if they won't lower our bill. It's like $200 some a month just for the cable and the internet and everything, which is funny because my sister and I don't use cable. My parents insist on having it. For up to me, I just have the internet. Oh my God, it's still fucking talking. Now it's just saying the entire spiel again in Spanish. Fuck off. Car's extended warranty. I'm also not in a big hurry to fucking pay them because of all the trouble that I've had forever with our internet. Sorry. You'll get paid when you get paid, and you'll learn to love it. Where's my Pokemon? Wait. Why did it send you to box 22? Yeah, people really fall for that too. It's a shame. I get emails like that. I've been getting them recently, not from that example exactly, but I got one recently that was trying to tell me that my Google account was compromised, I think. And then I got another one that was telling me that, oh yeah, it was my phone. Like, you haven't paid your phone bill in 2 months. We are going to interrupt your service and shut it off. And I'm just like, nah. I paid my bill. I'm not falling for this. Nice try though. And it's getting to the point where you can't even really trust your email anymore because they make the emails look legit, like they're coming from the, whomever you usually get your emails from. It's really scary. Pay your Google bill. I don't know. Things are getting out of hand. Yay! We finally have surf. Thank God. I did not mean to click that. We only have 3 badges? Good Lord, this playthrough's going to take forever. It felt like we had more than that. Well, look at little Miss Dainty Queen sitting over here. Wild Pokemon we can find. I think that's most people nowadays, if I'm being completely honest. Like, not including people's work emails or whatever. I think people just use email now for like sign-in verifications for stuff. Of course, you know, most of our lives are now kind of on autopilot. Like, you can pay your bills with an app on your phone. You don't need snail mail anymore. You don't really need email all that much anymore. Most of the time you could do like auto pay, and every month it'll just deduct whatever you owe out of your bank account. So I think this day and age, people are paying less attention to that kind of stuff. And it's funny because apparently that's become such a phenomenon that there are actual companies now that you can hire, apps you can use that will tell you how much you're spending and how much you're wasting on subscriptions that you're not actually using. Like, let's say you signed up to Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, but you only ever use Amazon once every 4 months to buy something. And let's say you never turn on Hulu or Disney Plus, but you're still just paying every month out of habit. There are now apps that you can put on your phone that will monitor what you are and aren't doing, and it'll tell you if you're wasting money every month. Now, I'm old school and broke and a tightwad. You'll never find me in that position. Ever, ever, ever. I think that's the stupidest fucking financially irresponsible thing you could possibly do. Yeah, email was big before texting became a thing. You know, obviously, cell phones weren't always a thing. And when cell phones were new, there was no texting. It still was just a hit the, you know, the numbers and call kind of cell phone. The cell phones existed for so many years with no screens on them whatsoever. And even when they finally had screens, it was that jank way of having to type where it's still the keypad and you had to press 1 like 3 times just to get to the letter C. That's why Blackberries were so popular and such a huge phenomenon, because they had a keyboard. Why am I wasting my time with this Pachirisu? Yeah, I hate that way of typing too. I won't do it. Look, dude, I just won't do it. But yeah, we used email on a regular basis there for a while. And of course, I didn't really have anybody to email or to receive email from. But to my understanding, other people did. Email was kind of big. It was nice being able to send instant messages back and forth, you know, without having to wait on snail mail. It is true, you know, like young folks who weren't alive at the time kind of take it for granted. I'm the same way. I mean, I take things like television for granted. It existed before I was born, long before I was born. So it was when I was born and raised on television, I didn't see it as a new thing. I just took it for granted that it was always there. Same with cars, telephone, electricity. These are all things that existed decades and decades and decades before I was born. So growing up, you don't stop and think, hey, there are a ton of people alive that were born before this was a thing. So Yay, we have cut. Oh, there's a berry bush over here. And my grandparents, now like my grandparents predate television, so we're not that super far removed as far as generations are concerned. Well, we have War Turtle. We could teach Surf to War Turtle, but then we'll be stuck with another HM in our party. I don't really see us to where we have a choice. Apparently Pancham can learn it. That's news to me. But we'll get the boost for a water Pokemon knowing it, so we'll teach it to War Turtle. Check it again. While we're in our TM bag, let's take a look. Power a punch. Kind of low in attack power though. But every time that we hit, it raises our attack power. I'll teach it to Pancham just to see if we can make it a viable pack. Thank goodness Rock Smash is forgettable here. Second. All right, let's see. Infestation is really nice to have. I like Infestation. It does damage every turn. Unlike Poison. Oops. We have Dig. Tyrant can learn Dig? We need to get Fly. Mantike! There is a little Mantike. I guess we could switch out to, while I happen to be thinking about it. We've been sending Tyrone out first for a while. Let's see, 31, 32, 32, 32. Let's start sending out Pancham. Quillfish. Uh-oh. So if we have to switch out for any reason, we're going to be poisoned. That did a lot. That might actually be a good combination to have. We could up our attack with Power Up Punch and go back and forth between that and Slash. And if Pancham doesn't faint with, you know, from Quillfish, our attack's going to be jacked up. for the next Pokemon they send out. Oh. We are so close. It's a pretty good move, I guess. Starts off with low attack power, then builds over time. It's quite vicious, actually. Here's where it's really going to shine, because Lanoon is a normal type. Just wasting your turns. Body Slam! Come on and slam. Welcome to Body Slam. I hate to give up an attack that has 70 power, but we can really use Body Slam more strategically, I think. Oh, Pedal Blizzard! Hells yeah! 60, 45, 90. Goodbye, Vine Whip. Shuck-a-bop, shuck-a-bop, shuck-a-bop. Body Wrench. I think we'll save here and we'll pick back up next time and visit the ranch. Oh, I still can't believe we're only 3 badges in. I thought we had at least 4 or 5. I shouldn't have taken a week off from streaming, apparently. That put me way behind. All right. I'm going to take a little break. I'm gonna try and come back this afternoon with another stream. No promises, we'll see. Just keep an eye out for notifications. When I get home, we'll see if I can do another stream. All right. See you, folks.